Hey, what's up, Winnie? Welcome to our live Q&A. So I had some good questions come in. I'm hoping to cover 10 of them today, and if I have time at the end, answer any questions that you post in the comments live. Comment as we go along. If you watch the replay, comment as well. Let me know what other questions these bring up so I can answer them next week when I go live. So let's talk about healthy eating after exercise. What are the best things to do? Number one, all right, being healthy is a lifestyle choice, and it's one that includes diet and exercise both. But how do you figure out how to have a balanced diet of the two of them in a way that will provide the greatest results? Honestly, when you want to see yourself losing weight and exercising in an effective way, the best thing you can do for yourself is to begin to see everything as a lifestyle choice you make. And really, this is key. If you don't see everything as a lifestyle choice that you make, then it's going to be really, really hard for you to see the real results you want in order to reach your true goal. And so exercise is a very important part of any daily routine. And if you're not capable of setting the time aside to exercise, you'll find it far more difficult to really lose the weight and really maintain a healthy diet. So for best results, exercise before you eat a large meal is something that's very helpful. Sometimes if you eat too much, especially eating right before your workout, right, it can lag you down. If you choose to eat after your workout, you're going to be at risk for packing on pounds if you're not conscious of your choices. So really, really make sure that you eat a little something. So let's talk about how you can eat a little something. So make sure you know how many calories you're able to burn during your workout so you're not overdoing it after you exercise. Maybe instead of exercise, you drink water, have a piece of fruit or another high protein snack that provides you the protein that you need in order for muscle development. So I always encourage like a protein drink. A good meal replacement bar that is not high in sugar. Check the back of them. Make sure you're really watching those bars because they can be because they want them to taste good. They can have a lot of added sugar. So the most risky thing about eating after workout is that we often find ourselves developing a big appetite. That's why it can be helpful to drink a large glass of water after your workout, so you are less prone to overeating. When you're developing muscle, it can make you very hungry, and it's just our body's way of getting into gear in a positive way. So if you find yourself uncertain how to approach eating after a workout, you can always try to consult a nutritionist, dietitian. He'll give you a good idea of how to formulate your meals. If you work out of the gym, as well, sometimes they have they can have the shake bars afterwards. Just make sure you really look at the calorie intake because sometimes they can really have a lot. You don't want big, massive ones. But really, I recommend now, for me, I cannot eat before I work out. Some of you might be the same as me. You can't do it. But I'll have a protein shake afterwards. So depending upon, I'm also doing intermittent fasting. So, it depends on when my intermittent fasting is and when I work out. But if you're someone who needs something before you work out, or even something as simple as, having, besides protein shake, you always look at having a banana is a great way to go. Something that's light oatmeal. Oatmeal will keep you sated for a long time. That's great to do before a workout, and then maybe a protein shake afterwards. So remember, healthy eating is a lifestyle choice. They can completely turn your life around. Making sure that you know what to eat and when will help you achieve your goals both mentally and physically. And food can be a way of healing yourself and your body and building stamina. So if you find yourself struggling what to eat after a workout, try to keep it nourishing. Eat fruits, vegetables, drink water, have things like protein. If you do nuts and seeds, handful, make sure it's that portion size. These are great post-workout snacks and encourage those muscles to build all day long. Okay, let's look at the next question. Jen, you tell us to drink water so much. Why is it so important, and how can it assist me? Well, water makes up over 70% of the human body, so it's no surprise that water is one of the most important things the body can receive, especially when you're attempting to embark on a healthy eating journey. Water can help you stay on track and focus on eating healthy and nourishing foods rather than falling back into the same processed junk food that unhealthy mess that got us an unhealthy mess in the first place. So what exactly is important to drinking water? Let's look at that. So first of all, it helps flush out toxins. When we aren't drinking enough water, it is almost impossible for our bodies to get rid of the bad things that are accumulating inside of us. It can cause infections and other complications. Fortunately, water will help eradicate these things that contaminate our bodies, so we can actually begin to eat healthy, right? Another reason to drink water is because you want to be healthy. You have to be active as well. When you drink enough water, then you begin to realize that your body has far more energy than it used to. Instead of being tired and fatigued all the time, you have abundant amount of focus and ability to concentrate. That can be very important, especially for your kids, if you have a mentally and physical job to do. Even if you don't. Walking around during your life with little energy is very dangerous, should be avoided. Make sure you have water in your body so you can be nourished and your brain can function appropriately. Water also supports the immune system, which I think is really important for us to talk about now. If you're prone to illness or like right now, epidemic going around, making sure that you drink enough water is one of the most surefire ways to guarantee that you're doing everything you can to support the immune system. Water is something that can help boost this important aspect of our bodies so that you can help brace against colds and flus and heart disease. Water can even help you eliminate free radicals and toxins that can contribute to cancer. Getting rid of, all that waste in our stomach is very important and helps us do just that. So if you're interested in the physical effects of drinking water, there's several benefits as well. It can help you clear your skin as your body's eliminating waste, and another way through the pores, right? It can provide our body healthy glow and soft texture. Well, who doesn't want that? Water is one of the most anti-aging properties. Hey, if I have not convinced you to drink water by now, I don't know, you guys. Not only is it highly beneficial for your health and well-being, if you want to embark on a journey of a healthy eating, make sure you take water with you to your meals. I recommend drinking a glass of water before every meal. That way you make sure you're hungry and not dehydrated. So water can also affect weight loss. I had another one that came in with water too. Few. And so let's talk about an aspect of just weight loss. Sometimes, especially if you're born in North America, you're raised in a standard American diet, right? You may find that you don't get enough water. Water is one of the building blocks of life, and without it, we find ourselves consuming sugary drinks instead. Sugary drinks are very unhealthy for us, and not only are they full of fructose corn syrup, that's almost impossible to get rid of on the body, but they're also full of acid that wears and the enamel of our teeth and causes complication. What many people don't realize is drinking water is something that can actually help aid in weight loss. And if you're going on a journey to eating healthy, it's highly possible that you are doing so in an effort to lose weight, just as much as to be healthy. So being healthy is very important, but can pose some challenges to people who are used to addicted to the standard American diet. And unfortunately, this type of diet is highly rewarding in the mind's eye and highly addicting as well. So it is gratifying for us, right? Because we feel as if we're getting everything that we need to maintain higher energy levels and satisfy deep desire for high carb, high fat foods. Fortunately, there's a way to decrease your cravings of bad foods. Yay! And that is by drinking lots of water. Water is so important to human functioning, but a lot of us began to look the other way. We drink sugary soda, alcohol, which leads to gaining rapidly. We're not nourishing our bodies with the most basic needs. When you drink enough water, you can stop craving a food the same way it does when you're not drinking water. So when you're dehydrated, you're simply thirsty. But I send signal to your mind thinking you're hungry, though. The cues are the same, though. That's the problem. Our stomachs growl and we get thirsty, and our minds crave substance. So when you're able to identify why you're having these pangs and hunger and hydrate our bodies, we will be operating at peak capacity and making wise decisions. So when it comes to eating food, it's recommended that our daily intake of water is about 64 ounces every day. That amounts to 6 to 8 glasses of water, so that you can operate to the greatest potential without having to worry about hunger pains that can cause weight gain and lose track of your real needs. Make sure you're taking care of your body. Water is so important. Drink as much as you can every day, up to the max amount. It will help you stay on track. So I have those. If you look at Amazon, it's a gallon jug. You get my filtered water, fill it up every night, put it in the fridge, and it's there for me every day. I have to drink out 2 of those because I sweat so much when I work out, so I have to drink more. But doing so, then you have a measurement, so you can pour that into your other thing and know that you're drinking enough. So, we have to stay focused on making our goals reality. That way you'll, reach them. And water is one of the key things, one of the first things I do with people when I put them on some kind of program with me. And so it's really, really important. So next question. Jen, vegetables. How do I get in the habit of cooking and making them healthy? Love this question, man. The standard American diet is generally referred to as a diet lacking in fruits and vegetables. So a lot of people don't go out of their way to eat fresh fruits and vegetables on a regular basis. And if anything, we settle for the kind in the can and try to pretend that French fries and their Happy Meals are nutritional enough as far as vegetables go. But unfortunately, what you don't always realize is that potatoes are actually full of starch, which break down sugar in your body in your body and cause you to have rapid weight gain. Potatoes is a staple food, is something that has been beneficial in many cultures, mostly the Irish, but the way the Americans prepare potatoes are far more unhealthy. Deep frying them in oil is a sure way to obesity. So instead of treating potatoes as a vegetable side of every meal, make sure you have something green, okay? At least something fresh from the produce section on top of your table every day. Cooking fresh vegetables can be very tedious for somebody who's not used to the task, but it doesn't have to be. You make sure that they are washed, cut up, and prepared before you even begin to cook. It is no wonder why people are so used to convenient processed foods. The American lifestyle finds them hard-pressed for time to prepare. So once you buy them, you can actually cut them up, and like celery and stuff, you can put in a container and put with some water so it stays, nice. But you can properly prepare these vegetables for you and your family. So there are some ways that can make it much easier for yourself. If you want to transition to a healthy habit of cooking vegetables, these are some steps you can take. First, as soon as you buy your vegetables, wash them, cut them up. They're ready, right, for your meal. This will help you save a tremendous amount of time in the long run. And when you take your vegetables, cook them, you'll be proud to realize that you're making great choices for yourself and your family. If you're cooking for more than one person or for yourself. Next, it doesn't hurt to look at recipe books and cooking videos online. If you learn how other people make vegetables and making them work in their favor, you can easily pick up tips, skills you need in order to make vegetables good for yourself. It can be hard to break into a new habit, though, so be patient or rush it. If there are certain vegetables you don't know how to cook, post in the comments below so I know to make a video. I'll make videos of showing you how to do it. Finally, make it a priority. It's one of those things we need to make a non-negotiable in our lives. Put it on your meal plans. Think about the vegetables you want to eat, how you want to prepare them. Go to a farmer's market. Get good quality ones. Eat them, enjoy them. Try them different ways, because if you don't like it one way, you might like it another way. They're like medicine. They will make you, safe and healthy and provide you with a clear path to a bright future. So enjoy that. Begin your journey of eating healthy vegetables today. Okay, next one. Jen, healthy eating. Why is it so important? Great question. I like the openness of this question. Sometimes we can assume that everyone knows why we should eat healthy and what it really does for us, and why would I want to change my diet if, maybe this person isn't, maybe not overweight, right? And you wonder, maybe you're in 20s, like, doing fine. So sometimes it seems impossible to make plans for the future, right? Especially if you're insecure, and find that when you do make plans, then you have to try to acquire how you expect them. This can create a sense of insecurity and anxiety for a person to even overcome. So whether you want to succeed or not, the seeds of doubt can plant themselves in our mind, prevent us from doing what we want to do most. So when it comes to your future, okay, healthy eating is the most basic building block that will help you build yourself up into something you dreamed of being. So if you're not nourishing your body now, in the future, you're going to suffer from it. And so even if you're not someone who's suffering now, you need to think about long term. You want to, it'll make you suffer emotionally and mentally. And then physically. Without proper vitamins and minerals in our body, you will ultimately find yourself suffering from debilitating diseases that could easily have been avoided if you were only more conscious about the foods you put into your body. It can be surprisingly easy to live in malnutrition. If you don't realize you're lacking essential vitamins and minerals, you're suffering the consequences for it. Sometimes you can go to a doctor and they can administer you the vitamins that you're deficient in, so you can begin to heal properly. But sometimes that stops being an option. And so prevention is the most important thing when it comes to diseases. So healthy, you really only get diseases. Sometimes you'll never be able to cure what it is that you neglect has introduced into your life. And when the day comes that you're suffering from your mistakes, you feel extremely, for me, like, I was so anorexic, like I had fluid around my heart, like I had big issues, osteopenia before osteoporosis that sets in, like lots of things. And I had to really make drastic changes, and thank goodness I did, because we have to pay close attention to what we're putting in our bodies now, because the future depends upon it. And something can help you look into ways your body needs to be nourished. Look at your body mass index and see if you are receiving your daily amount nutritionally. Start taking multivitamins every day, maybe the things you lack. Get a full panel of your blood work and see where you're lacking. Don't hide from that. We need to have, the best thing we can do is know where we are. Like when I go driving, I use this example all the time. If I'm putting the GPS, what does it do? It first finds out where I am. We need to find out where you are. Especially if you're attempting to survive on a diet of processed foods and highly sugared beverages, it's going to be impossible to lose weight, and you're going to have consequences. If obesity is difficult for you to deal with, you find yourself there. Imagine finding yourself diagnosed with cancer in the future because processed foods, that you have made have the consequences. And these are issues that can be avoided. And a lot of food can also act as medicine and as much as prevention. So if you want to be healthy and happy and see you're having a bright future, consider eating habits, make good choices in the present, because your future does depend upon it. So eating healthy is like so important in our life. So next thing, I had a question come in is, Jen, as an American with our diet, what are some diet's do's and don'ts? Great. I love this. Okay, so in America, the typical diet that most Americans consume is very unhealthy. The rest of the world has a nickname for it, which is the SAD, SAD diet. The standard that stands for the Standard American Diet. SAD. And the Standard American Diet is one of the most dangerous lifestyle choices a person can make. First of all, it's full of red meat, dairy, which are absolutely fabulous when it comes to clogging your arteries and causing hypertension in the body. This might not be so bad if red meat were grass-fed, but unfortunately, many of the cows that are ingested in North America are treated with growth hormones and chemicals that can lead, oh man, this is so bad, you guys, for us. It leads to so many problems, okay? When it's with the growth hormones, it leaches into the meat and causes major problems in the human body. And the meat contaminated by, these chemicals are distributed to the cows to try to keep them growing at an accelerated rate, as well as keep them free from disease that could spread among other cattle. Another issue with the SAD diet is processed foods. Processed foods are highly available in North America and considered staple food in the diet. The issue with these is that food lacks fiber and tendency to be excessively high in saturated fats and sugars, not to mention highly dangerous salt content. The American diet consists of food, and it makes it difficult to lose weight, especially those with processed food containing high fructose corn syrup. So high fructose corn syrup is something that we should avoid at all costs. It sticks to the body, makes it nearly impossible to lose weight. Not only that, but it's basically pure sugar and packs on pounds like nothing else. If you want to indulge in the SAD diet, there are some decent things you could do. Try to eat fruits and vegetables with every meal, okay? Don't allow yourself to skip meal that doesn't have something green or any other color of the rainbow. If you have your meat have it lean. Try grass-fed beef to consume. Instead of eating white flour buns, look for the whole flour. Don't cut out carbs. Other countries don't cut out carbs, you guys, but they eat. Look for those complex carbs. Whole wheat, it's far more fiber and it's more nourishing for the body. If you want to consume foods high in fiber, not only does it help you feel full and digest things better, but can help you eliminate toxins from your body that causes issues. It can help you lose weight. Without fiber in your diet, you become fatter much faster. It can become a very difficult trend to break out of. So as a rule, avoid the SAD diet as much as possible. But if you can't, make sure you are implementing changes that work for you. You'll be glad you do. If not now, then in the future, when you're not suffering, from same issues other people who have lived in the standard American diet dealing with. So really, the key is to really, honestly, it is so important for us to really think about the consequences that we do daily. And I want to talk here for a moment about how to really eat healthy. So many of us believe that choices we make on a daily basis will not have an impact whatsoever. And humans have a tendency to be short-sighted in general and do not have good skills when it comes to planning for the future, right? But I talked about this just a minute ago. If you really want to make a difference in the world, if you want to achieve specific goals, then you're going to have to begin to view the future as something you can actively mold to suit your needs. And if your goals are lofty, right, then you're going to quickly realize that you need to be completely 100% your best to achieve your goal. Everybody wants to become the best version of themselves, and if you're not taking care of the most fundamental needs, then you're going to be struggling for the majority of your life with issues that don't need to be issues. When you're nourishing your body, you're not nourishing your body. You're depriving your brain of the capability of concentrating and retaining information. You're working against the most valuable machine you have at your disposal and achieving whatever is possible. Whatever your dreams are, right? Dreams cannot be reality if you're not your foremost respect the gift that you've been given to you, right? Our bodies need to be maintained much like any other machine. If you don't give proper nutrients it needs to survive, it will only will be performing at your lowest capability and capacity. So not only that. But when you're caring for your body, eating healthy foods, you're practically inviting, if you're not doing that, you're practically inviting disease to come in later. Nobody realizes just how important their health is until we have issues, right? Until it's deteriorating. And by then, it's often too late to implement the changes that we need in order to avoid further damage from occurring. So fortunately, you can start today, okay? Begin to get rid of all the junk food in your house. Wipe it out. Don't have it there. You have to go out of your way to get it. Make it a special treat. Perhaps by giving away food, food drives, or to relatives you might appreciate it. Make small changes to your diet, gradually implementing days where you cook meals and they are completely healthy and conscientious of nutrition. It's never too late to begin making these changes. If you've already dealing from lasting impact of bad choices, everybody makes mistakes. But if you're willing to improve, continue staying focused forward, then you will be well on your way to becoming a master of the domain and making your life work in your favor. So everyone wants to achieve goals, so take the first step by making those healthy choices today. So next question I had that came in, I love this one too. Why are diets failing? Like, why do I fail so much at diets, and what can I do about it? So right now, there's a good chance that your diet is, just inadequate when it comes to ensuring you have the best possible health. In fact, there's good chances that your diet may be killing you. What's the culprit here? The answer is empty calories and processed food, as well as diets you tend to get rid of specific nutrients that we need, like cutting out those carbs and stuff. So we eat so much prepared and processed food. Even if you're on a particular diet, let's say, like, you probably can still go find processed foods, right? That means that we have spent a lot of time in a factory, and thus bears resemblance to what the ingredients originally look like. Bears little resemblance to what the ingredients look like. A good example is a bag of we like a bag of crisps, which don't have much potato left in it at all, right? Any kind of chips. Chocolate made from cocoa bean, but the rest is purely processed. And ready-made lasagna will have had all the goodness fried out of it, right? And at times sugar, salt, fats add to keep it preserved. All this means you're not getting calories from your diet, but calories provide you with energy and make you gain weight, but no nutrition. So why we need nutrition is a mistake to think that it is a mistake to think of food as just fuel. So calories are fuel, and they happen to be in our food, but food is more than that, okay? Apart from being social event and hobby, food should be a source of raw materials. That saying that you are what you eat is literally true, and when you eat any meal, your body will break it down and consume and constitutes parts and reassemble those parts in order to build your muscle, create enzymes, hormones, and even neurotransmitters, okay? So this is so important, the chemicals that make our brains actually work. And so really focusing on this, if you want to live a fit and healthy life. Sorry, I need to plug in my phone as I go here. It's really, really important to really think this. So when you don't get these things, you find yourself feeling considerably worse. If you don't get enough vitamin C, for example, then your immune system will be able to perform at its best. You're much likely to get ill. Worse, vitamin C is also crucial to helping produce serotonin. That way, take that away, and your mood will plummet. It also helps us sleep. Similarly, when we don't get enough omega-3 fatty acid, it can cause inflammation that makes our joints hurt. It can create brain fog, can lead to illness. Lack of amino acid will mean that our muscles are weaker and smaller, and as a result, our skin will look gray, and our nails will begin to be brittle in that. And so the short-term issues are worthy of a lot of concern, but more worrying still is with your health in the long term. Like I said before, the damage is cumulative. In the end, it's more likely you'll suffer from those diseases. So what can you do about this? The answer is stop thinking about food as just fuel, and instead thinking about the quality of raw materials you're putting into your system. It's that energy. It's that really all we're doing is we're putting energy. We're putting good energy or bad energy. We're putting things that sap us of energy. We're going to push things that thrive, right? Find out ways to get more nutrition into your diet, even if that means just adding a smoothie into your routine. Something to really get your diet going, right? Really to get it so that you have those positive things. So let's look at, really want to talk about the effect of stress real quick on hunger and appetite, and then I'm going to end with one last thing. Keep posting this. See some questions. Believe me, you can post this. So post them. I'm on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. So I'm kind of looking at both here. Keep posting them. I might not have time to go over them today, but I'll make a video this weekend to answer them. So post them anytime. Even if you watch this a year down the road, I'll get alert if you comment, and I will answer your question. So, the effect of stress on hunger and appetite. So the human body, right, is is really resilient, but it's fragile too. So stress, whether a looming deadline, fight with your spouse, an epidemic, a hyper-connected lifestyle, we all get stressed. And if you have a lot of it, you can affect you in some unexpected ways. One thing you can do is take hold of your eating habits. So there is an undoubted connection between stress and your appetite. Just as every person's body is unique, the effect of stress on each person is unique. Some people will turn to food and binge over stress, while others will completely disregard their appetite for long periods. Those who overeat do so in an attempt to distract themselves with food. Those who stop eating usually become so fixated on whatever causing them stress they ignore those hunger cues. So stress is strongly connected to our fight or flight response. Our brains send cues to our bodies that help us perceive threats in our environment. Although these cues may no longer be caused by life-threatening cues such as a lion chasing you, right? The system we have, it's where it got us to where we are today, right? It's going to be there. Primary factor, cortisol. Primary thing, body's main stress hormone. Releases during times of stress. This hormone causes, cravings for junk food, especially which are high in fat, sugar, and salt. The reason for this is that your body is loading up so much energy as possible. The brain thinks you may need fuel to fight whatever threat is causing the stress. So stress-related weight gain can happen. In fact, there's British research that shows that people who are more stressed are more likely to snack. Those with low cortisol responders, stressful situations seem less affected. But the amount of cortisol people produce in response to stress can in fact factor to stress-related weight gain. So also some gender lines happen where women turn more to food, where men turn more to maybe alcohol or smoking. Another study in Finland, the survey of 5,000 men and women showed the similar data. So what can you do to relieve the stress? I'm going to give you 3 things to do. 1, mindfulness meditation. Okay? It's well known that meditation reduces stress. Despite most of these studies focus on the benefits, people who have high blood pressure and heart disease, they show it decreases cortisol levels. Meditation also is shown to make people more mindful of the foods they choose. With practice, you'll become more attentive to your body's needs, help you develop impulse control, seeking clear of fatty food. I have a brand new course out. It's 21 Day Mind. If you go to 21daymind.GoJen.net, and you can get my new course, 21 days. Join me and you'll join me in my community, and I go live in there every day to give you good tips and good tools, and you can post and we'll keep one another accountable depending upon what course you're in. It doesn't matter. Everyone gets fed into that community, and that way I can really help wherever you are, whatever course you're in of mine. But definitely check that out. Exercise, of course, join my channel. Number 2, exercise. Daily exercise releases endorphins, which help you counter cortisol levels. Although it varies depending upon the intensity of the duration of the exercise, consider trying these activities like Tai Chi or yoga, both of which have elements of exercise and meditation, are easy enough for anyone to practice. Have a support network. Research suggests that people working in high-stress environments like hospitals, emergency departments, or just even life in general, family and friends and loved ones to support them, buffering effect on stress for people experience. Plus, research has shown that, it's that friendly hug, right, which we all, of course, don't we all want to have a hug every now and then, right? Okay, so let me conclude here. I want to conclude with just one more thing on this as we finish off, and let me pull it up here real quick. And so I think it's really important for us to really realize that you deserve this. And I want to talk about this. So many times we self-sabotage stuff. So a lot of people seem to want to eat well, but we tend to fall back into the same destructive habits. So while it may seem confusing at times as to why this may be, the truth is that no matter how much we want to do things right, it's difficult. It's not, if not impossible at times. If you do not truly believe that you deserve to be taken care of, whether it's being taken care of, whether it is being taken care of by yourself or someone else, you deserve to eat well. You deserve to be fit and healthy. All of us have self-doubts at times, and some of them are deeply rooted in us. They can lead us to act in destructive ways, and some of them are so deeply rooted that we seem like it's almost automatic, right? However, if we're not willing to consider the fact of that our self-perceptions are flawed, we will never take the steps necessary to healing those broken pieces of ourselves and stop believing that we aren't worthy to be taken care of. I've been there. I've been someone who's felt very unworthy a lot of my life. And so, nothing that is injured within us is necessarily going to be broken forever, though we can take the steps to heal ourselves, even though it's difficult times. So you have to be devoted to a path of self-healing before you can dedicate yourself to even eating a nourishing diet. Food is, food you might use to punish yourself. And one thing you can do to develop self-love, you need to believe that you're worth a future full of healthy foods and free of disease that's caused by having those processed foods that are so abundant. And really think about, speak with me if you need some help moving beyond some of the limiting beliefs you have, because I deal with a lot of that with people I coach, because I've dealt with it. Things you can also do is practice that self-love. Use methods like mindfulness. Join my mindfulness meditation. I'm telling you, journaling, meditation. Start a gratitude journal. If you begin to take a closer look at your life and see the things that you can be grateful for about, you able to look at those positive things. It can make it much easier to see positive patterns and good things about yourself and the people you care about. Not only that, but developing a mind-body connection is an essential part of learning how to believe that you truly deserve to be healthy and eat nourishing foods. You can also attempt medication as a way to center yourself and utilize mindfulness as a way to see opportunities as a beauty in your day. Sometimes we need to go if you're depressed and stuff, go get the help. I was massively depressed about a year ago, and I should have gotten help, and I didn't. It led me down to a really dark path, so go get it if you need it. Like I said, that mindful meditation helps us get us closer to inside of ourselves, align with those deeper needs and desires, and learn to really value ourselves. So however you choose to enhance this mind-body connection, all of them are bound to help you learn how to value yourself more deeply. And when you value yourself, you make better decisions, and you'll thrive. And so they said, join me in 21daymind.gojen.net. It's in the show notes as well. I would love to have your part. Thank you so much. My 30 minutes is up for live Q&A. Those are some great questions. Thank you for submitting your questions. As always, you can always submit your questions. There's a way to do so. Show notes, check that out. You can also comment below. Comment, because I'll either answer them this weekend of the video or they'll be on my next week's video. So please comment, leave your questions. If I start getting a lot in, I'll start doing more of these. So I love going live. Let me know you are here. Like, subscribe, follow. For this someone that you know. If we haven't met before, my name is Jen Plike, and your holistic empowerment coach. I take my 20 years plus experience as a nutrition coach, a life transformational coach, a personal training group fitness instructor, and my own struggle and my having to find my own way when I was sick and tired of not seeing results. And I discovered that we need to be fit in our mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit holistically, and that fit needs to be a lifestyle made up of our small daily micro habits. The 180 Fit Body my method that I've created to really bring those lasting results. How do you go from that place of stuck? We all know stuck. Sad, difficult place. How do you do that true 180? Go new way to authentically thriving in life, because your dreams are possible. You're worth it. Don't ever doubt that. If there's one message I can say from my platform that I want everyone to hear, is that no matter who you are worth it. Every single bit of it. You're worth being fully you, fully thriving in life. Don't settle for anything less. All right, be brave, be kind, live authentically, never shy. Remember, tribe, you are just what? One habit away. Maybe one of those habits is one of the many awesome questions and things we talked about today. If not, let me know your questions. Love answering them. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. Thanks for watching.